Rogerson here. Today we're going to look at calculating capacity in your professional services firm. So professional services firm could be a legal firm, marketing firm, an IT business, an architecture firm, basically any business that has professional people that's selling their hours, and there's IP attached to that. So what we're going to look at today is calculating capacity in our take. Calculating capacity of your professional service firm is the first step in working out how your business is performing. Now we've got a bit of whiteboarding here to go through, and we'll go through that in a minute, but it's important to look at how your capacity stacks up and to be measuring your capacity against what your actual billings are. That's something we'll cover in another video. If you have a look on the screen now, there should be a link to download our ebook, which is a guide to running professional services firms, which goes through a whole lot of different components, such as how to grow your firm, if there's a gap between your capacity and billings, if you don't have enough cash in your business, etc. So that should be on the screen now to have a look at. So calculating capacity, like I said in my take, that's the first step in what you need to do to work out if your business is performing properly. There's lots of different ways to calculate capacity. What I'm about to show you is our way to do it. It's not right, it's not wrong, it's just our way. There's other ways where you can simply get the rate you pay your staff members and times that by 3 or 4, and that should give you a good indication. You can take all the staff members in your business, including admin or non-chargeable people, and times that by a figure per head, somewhere between 140,000 per head and 180,000 per head, and see how that stacks up against what you're doing. But the method here that I'm about to show is something you can do in a spreadsheet. If you have a look at the screen now, we should have a link to download the spreadsheet that you can actually fill in for yourself. So that's sort of a bit of a template that we use in our office. So with our clients we work with, so you can use that and have a go yourself. So what this looks like, calculating capacity, in your spreadsheet you put in your employee name, and you do that for all your employees. So if you've got 5, 10, 15 employees, whatever it may be, you have all your employee names listed on the spreadsheet. FTE stands for full-time equivalency. So most of your professional staff will be one, but there's occasions where you might have a staff member that works 3 days a week. You might have a staff member that does a dual role, part admin, part professional service, effectively. So that might be, a 0.3 or a 0.4 or a 0.5, or in most cases, like I said, 1. You've got your available hours. So we detail this in our ebook quite a bit. Link should be on the screen now to that ebook. But in the ebook, we talk about available hours. So there's about 1,950 hours a year. So if you sort of go 52 weeks in a year, and you look at 38 hours in a week, sort of charge that by the number of times that by the number of weeks, you should get around 1,950 hours. But then we talk available hours. So you need to take off sick leave, public holidays, annual leave, etc. So that figure comes down a bit. Then you're looking at your desired productivity percentage. So most people try and work on an 85% productivity rate. Some are a bit lower, some are a bit higher. That's a bit subjective, but you need to put a figure in to get started. And then we've got the charge rate per hour for your employees. So whether that's going to usually be subjective as well, and it's going to depend on a lot of things. It's going to depend on their experience. It's going to depend on what the market dictates that you can charge your employees out, etc. And we cover all this in detail, each of these components in detail in the ebook, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a view, I guess, of how we do it here. So for example, you've got your employee name. We're going to pretend in this case that it's a 1, so they're a full-time professional employee. Available hours should be about 1,650 hours a year. So that's taking off sick leave, holiday leave, etc. And then we're looking for a productivity percentage. Most firms talk about 85%. So most professional services firms are aiming for 80 to 85%. But that 80 to 85% is actually of that 1,650, because of that 1,650 available hours. So remember, we're starting with about 1,950 total hours, and then take off holiday, sick leave, etc. We're getting to about 1,650, and then you've got to apply some sort of percentage of expectation internally in the firm. So are you expecting your staff to be 80 or 85% or whatever it may be? So what's coming into that is, or what's coming off those hours, It might be doing professional development, it might be doing business development, there might be things that happen in your business that means your employees can't be 100% chargeable on that 1650, which is very common. So we're going to go, in this case here, for 85%, and then the charge rate. So like I said, if you have a look at that ebook, it's got different ways you can calculate the charge rates per employee. There's lots of methods to do there, but you can sort of come up with the charge rates. So in this case here, you've got $200 per hour. So you put all those things together, and it should equal about $280,500 approximately. So if you do that for all of your employees, including yourself as a business owner, you do that for all your employees, then you're going to get to a figure down the bottom, and that's how you calculate capacity in your professional services firm. We've got more information in our ebook, like I said, and there's other videos on next steps in your professional services firm to improve it. Thanks very much.